Zhongshan, on the 15th day of the 7th month, Chuang-Lu got busy. He helped people, he built hospitals, he helped the widows, he helped his family, even though they'd ignored him and called him wastrel. He did only good works with all the money that had been given to him, not wasting it in any way on fancy garments and adornments for himself. And on the 15th day of the 7th month, he made his way up to the jade gardens of the Lao Tzu temple. And there he met the old man. The old man took his hand and led him up the mountain. They walked for about an hour until they came to a place that looked so austere and otherworldly. Chuang-Lu was surprised. How could this just appear on a mountainside? But when they walked into this great building, there Chuang-Lu saw a great tureen, an alchemist's pot, cooking pot, with a great fire under it. And as he blinked his eyes, instead of seeing the wizened old man, there was a stately Taoist wizard, yellow conical hat towering on his head, a purple robe around his shoulders. Taoist wizard set Chuang-Lu down, facing towards the east, and then he took 3 pellets and a tumbler of wine and gave them to him and said, "Listen carefully. You must not speak. You must not utter a word or move. Everything that occurs is not real." And with that, the reality for Chuang-Lu seemed to change, and he found himself in what appeared to be a vast desert. And then he saw a cloud of dust coming towards him, and it was this fierce general with a great army of soldiers who menaced him, put their swords against his throat, said, "We can kill you, and we will. Who are you and what are you doing here?" But Chuang-Lu said not a word. He remained silent, even though they pressed their swords against him. So the general and took his army away. But after a while, they returned, and this time they had with them Chuang-Lu's wife. And they proceeded to torture her in front of Chuang-Lu's eyes. They tore her tongue. They gouged her with lashes, and she screamed, "Why, I was a good wife to you for 10 years. Why aren't you taking care of me? Why can't you save me?" Chuang-Lu sat silent, doing nothing. They dismembered her limb from limb, and still he remained mum. The general disappeared. His final words were, "You are a master of black magic. You have to die." Chuang-Lu did. His head was severed from his body. And after his death, the angels of hell came to take his soul to the king of hell. And when he came before the king of hell, he was doomed to go to the depths of hell. And he did. But after traveling through all the gory dimensions of the hell realm, and the suffering, and the blood, and the gore, he came before the king of hell again, who said, "You don't deserve to be born as a man. You will be born as a woman." And so Chuang Lu was reborn as a girl. But from her birth, she suffered all kinds of childhood maladies. And when she grew up and came to marriageable age, she was quite beautiful. But her parents would not marry her because she never spoke a word. She was mum, appeared to be mute, until a handsome man came along and he said, "Oh, I don't want a wife who's going to nag me, as long as she's a good wife." So he married Chuang Lu now, her name Kuei. So Kuei was married and they lived happily. And after a year, Kuei gave birth to a child, a boy, a beautiful boy, intelligent, loving. And she used to dandle him on her knee. And then one day, her husband came back, having lost a battle, and he was angry. He said to Kuei, "Wife, all other wives can speak and look at you, but those things which are beset on the parents are also beset on the children." So he picked up his son by the feet and he smacked his head against a wall until it cracked. Blood poured forth from his skull. In that moment, the heart of Kuei was so anguished, so pained, that she uttered a cry. In that instant, she was Chuang Lu, sitting facing east in the wizard's house. The wizard towered over Chuang Lu and said,